Hello everyone, welcome to this video where I'm going to be going over exactly where I believe the crypto market is right now and how I'm going to be trading it in the coming days. If you enjoy the videos, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. First off, let's look at Ethereum on the 4-hour time frame. I was actually in a trade here, which I'll discuss very soon. If I was in a position here, which I'm more looking for a long, where would I be trading? My current stop loss would have to be in this position here. Why? Because this was the last swing low position. We made a new high. This was the last swing low, and my stop loss would have to be quite far away right now if I was in a long, be over 10%. That's why I'm going to be going over why I got out of my trade early and some of the signals that I got out a little bit early and very much close to my overall goal for the profit. We're still holding a long-term position, and that's why I'm discussing how I'd be trading it here. What I am expecting is the price to come down and potentially retest this price. There is a lot of people that have left their stop loss there, and what is a stop loss? It is basically liquidity that somebody can grab. If they put a little wick here, all of a sudden 100 million people dollars worth of positions has put their stops there, someone can spike that through, get the market to quickly spike down, they start buying and then push the market even higher. And as you can see, using the 20 EMA, we were riding it quite well. We had a bit of support. We were supporting here, came up, and you can see we had a solid breakdown. Then we actually had a rejection bar off of this, and now we're actually turning down, which is making it more bearish. We can potentially have a bit of a move, a double top, but I am expecting potentially a bit of a drop, but that is actually great because I am looking to get into a better entry and actually go to the long side. Let's move over to the 30-minute chart and I'll explain how I've been trading this the last few days. This is where we've been looking in the last few days. We were over here in this region. I was actually into my position and I quickly saw that we were actually making a bit of a wedge. As you can see, that is a wedge shape. And what do you expect from wedge shape? Actually 75% just to make at least a small breakdown. Small breakdown was, I think, over 2%, 3.4% was a beautiful trade. The reason I did that is I was actually scrolling out, and can you see this in a different form, but very, very similar? I can actually see this exact pattern right over here. Are you able to see that this is the exact same type of pattern? We've actually got a wedge. So when I was playing this, I was in right here and I was looking at this. I'm like, holy, that looks exactly like that. The past doesn't represent the future, but it makes a perfect trade. This was a bigger pattern and it made a bigger retracement. This was a smaller pattern and I was expecting a smaller retracement. So that really helped in terms of how I was going to play this position and what I was expecting. Then I saw here, we came down. There was a lot, again, going back to explaining about where the liquidity lies. There was a lot of liquidity here. Because how a lot of people were trading is once it makes a new high, this is the last swing low position, and that's where a lot of stop losses will be in many people's trading strategies, even mine, depending on, this is a little bit too short to be putting it there, but definitely is valid. It's not too much of a bad position there. So a lot of people see it wicks in, takes out, $10, $20 million worth of liquidity, and then they just quickly pump it up and make a good price. Now, what I was watching here is my entry was like this. I had a 1-to-1 measured move up here. Then you copy and paste that and you extend that up. If you extend that up, you actually get up to the 1300. See, 1301. Now, the reason I actually got out early, and I'll explain here, is there was actually a 1-to-1 measured move on the 5-minute bar. I'm always watching the 5-minute, 30-minute, and 4-hour time frames when I'm trading. And I was actually over here. This is where it was. So we had this nice breakdown. We went nice and sideways, which is usually indicative of it's going to continue with that move. And then we had two really nice 5-minute bars. We had 1 and 2. Now, if you copy and paste that and drag that up, look, it's literally an exact 1-to-1 move. We just missed it. So bang, I had a sell at 1280, which was just a little bit lower. Bang, got my limit order sold, and so lucky that I did, because look at this sharp retracement down, and we're just continuing, as you can see. So luckily, what I did move is, as I was explaining in the last video, that I actually moved my stop loss. So in here, when we made this new push upwards, That's the new swing low position. So once we make this high, this is the new swing low. So at worst, when I was in at $1,200, I was only risking $25 worth of price, which is great risk. I was only about 2%, so really not that much overall. So I was very lucky and very happy that I got out there. I was just like, I see it at 1280. I'm like, I only need to move 20 more points to get to my position, but it's made a 1-to-1 measure move. I'm not going to be upset if it moves another 1.5% against me. I'm going to take the profit now, and very happy that I've done that. Now you can see coming into here, what's the next trade? You can start to see some wedges. Starting to see 1, 2, 3. Once we got this 3, look, we had a big solid push up, and that's why this wedge strategy is definitely a solid strategy. Bang, we moved 3.5% after this 1, 2, 3 push. We're also coming for some liquidity in here. As you can see, there would have been some stop losses left in here still. As I was saying, people would have swung using that as a swing high. Even after all this is happening, they're still thinking it's going to push to the upside, and they'd leave their stop here. Bang, there's some liquidity in the stop. It also comes in with a 1, 2, 3 push wedge, and that's where you want to find convergent. You want to find multiple strategies that are lining up. So multiple times I'm obviously looking at this where liquidity lies. So here's a good liquidity pool. People are going to push off of that. Now I've got a 3 push wedge into the liquidity pool. It's like everything's lining up together, and it's making the trade even more profitable because it's even more likely to happen because more different trading strategies are lining up, which means if there's, say, 1 billion people trading right now and there's all these different trading strategies, say 50 million people are using this strategy, 50 million people are using that strategy. The more strategies are working together, the more people that see it, the more people that are actually buying into the market, and essentially you're trading with the volume and you're trading as people are trading. And that's essentially what you want to do. So we've got that 1, 2, 3 push wedge. Well, now we're actually making it a 4. So that these two I would include into 1, and this would actually be a 4. And you would know, again, if you've bought my course or checked it out on Skillshare, the maximum usually is around 5. So once we get this 4th, this is a pretty good sign that we might actually bounce here coming onto the 5-minute time frame. This is pretty indicative. You can actually see we're starting to turn. We had an inside candle, and then it broke to the upside, broke down, another inside candle. Now we broke to the upside. This could be a solid trade. Once you really want to break a trend line here. So once we get a break, a solid break of this trend line, somewhere around here, once we get a break of that, and we get a break above the 20 EMA, again, multiple strategies lining up. That's when I'm looking for a trade. But again, it can move for 5. So we could have a little push up and then come down for one more push to the downside. And as you can see how we're moving up. It's just very indicative. You can as you trade, as you learn more strategies, and as you backtest and just watch the market every day, just watch every bar that happens, you get to learn more strategies and you understand more that's happening, and you'll just be able to make more and more money. See, we're already up 0.25%. A lot of people love to use leverage and they'll make a crazy amount. So if you've enjoyed the video, make sure to check out my course on Skillshare. Also sign up with Bybit because they're giving you over $4,000 worth of deposit bonus. Check out the description box below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.